What's going on, Peace Skill? Lee Caroline Brown, what's going on? What's going on? As I promised, we're going to do a few segments of what's really happening in City Hall. I got some good stuff for y'all. But right now, I want to introduce Elena Walker, who will sometimes be my co-host and right now a guest. And she has some issues she'd like to talk about. Transparency issues. All right. So I'm going to turn it over to Elena, and she's going to have some concerns that she wants to put out there so folks will know what's really going on with your emails when you're sending them to City Hall. Elena?
Hi, Leesther. Thank you for having me. And I really want to talk about a thing that I've been noticing constantly is that people write in. They ask you to write in your comments, questions on agenda items, on non-agenda items. And people write in, but we don't get the chance to hear them. None of us get to know what these issues are. They're brought into record. What does that mean? And are the people who are writing in getting their responses? Well, I don't know. I never know what the issues are. Some of them I do know because they are my concerns as well. But we don't see them because on the following meeting, then they abstain from reading the minutes from the previous meetings. So do we really know? Do we know? Are the citizens truly being heard? I know that they put up this new quality of life issue thing that you can write in, but what are those points? What are they really doing? And that to me is a very important part of transparency. And we have what's going on. Yes, what's going on. People need to know.
Okay, well, they campaigned on transparency and inclusion and all of these wonderful things. I think one of the issues that's going on here, they just don't want everyone to know what everyone is thinking, to me. If I write in an email and I have a quality of life issue, which I think this quality of life initiative is a lot of who shot John, because they pick and choose what they want to do. We've had various fires here in the city. What are they doing now to prevent these type of things in these multifamily houses? Of course, they tell us that they're going to do this and they're going to do that. I know that there's complaints of rodents running underneath the houses and neighbors actually feeding these rodents, and someone called City Hall and was treated quite rudely when asked what are you going to do about it. Now, these rodents are running day and night. These are not hidden, and some people are used to just throwing their scraps out for whatever animals are running around. Well, this is a new day here in Peekskill. There's things going on with the parking and everything. So when these emails are coming in and residents have questions about what you're doing about it, I think fairly the email should be read publicly and put into record. Not just, it's put into record.
Cut for a second. I'm sorry.
Okay, so it seems transparency is not so transparent in City Hall. Just like the boards and commissions, we see these people being appointed, but there's really no community push to let people know that these seats are open. And the excuse you get when you say, well, these people volunteered. Well, other people would probably volunteer if they knew these board seats were available. It's hard. I know, Elena, you tried to get on the Arts Commission Board at one point. And every board you tried to get on, I tried to get on in Human Relations, two of us one time, and we were absolutely denied. But that was a former mayor, so we're going to let that ride. You tried to get on the arts commissions as far as these flyers and banners that were going up. And you want to tell me what they're telling you about that? Any board that you've applied for?
Every board that I've applied to, because, they always talk about someone being bilingual and accessible, and I've done translating. People have seen me speak in City Hall, but it's not a question of getting denied. It's a question of not receiving any feedback at all. You send in, you do what their criteria is. Virtually a limited time when they put up these posts about commissions available, and when you send it in, I don't know. How many times do I have to send my resume in? I don't know. How many times do you have to send the letter of intent? I don't know. I don't receive feedback, or very little, or we're not. And you've seen it when I've asked about it at City Hall. Oh, we're not there yet. We haven't decided. It's still for review. And the last time I spoke, it was in August, and I'm counting. I actually literally counted out how many months it was since they spoke about it. And still no, but they're appointing people, like you said, they're appointing people.
Okay, well, there's a lot of issues. Like the ethics board is having some issues now. I'd like to find out how that's going to work out, where the violations is going to come. Like I said, it appears that the mayor and council just allow whatever to happen to go happen. I mean, look at Rob Scott. I mean, he's under investigation. He's still allowed to sit with, and we don't know if the investigation is closed or not. So I would ask the citizens, y'all holler at the DA down there in Westchester County and ask her what's going on. Because if folks can just all willy-nilly fill out petitions and just forge signatures, we're lost. We'll be lost. Also with these boards and commissions, they should be more bipartisan. Not everyone that's in that very same clique, the Democratic clique or whatever. These boards need to be bipartisan, and that's important. So with that, Elena, I thank you coming. There's just so much we want to talk about. I want to get back to it. So let's jump to it. The rabbit got the gun this week in City Hall a couple of weeks ago. I understand this guy, good guy, ordered activism. Walks around with a video camera or his phone. And he walks into city halls and he's using it under the guise of First Amendment. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But somehow, second time he visited City Hall, the first time he visited it, City Hall went into a almost lockdown mode. Every door in City Hall is closed. Every door. You can't walk in. They got signs, knock if you want to enter. So every door is closed. He started from the bottom. He filmed himself. He took some pictures of what Section 8 has hanging out. He went upstairs to the second floor, found out where the mayor is, went up to the second floor. The mayor is performing her duties like giving a wedding. He stands there, which I found a little invasive too. Shouldn't be wrong. Shouldn't have been allowed. Then he finds the open door. The open door is the corporation council's door. Okay. He walks in, asks for the phone number. Receptionist, you could tell she was a little off-put, but she gave him the number. Then the guy starts filming. She calls the city attorney. Okay. He comes out, mouth full of food now. Now this guy's an attorney. Now you have somebody there with a video. I'd like to beg the question, is that First Amendment? Do you have a right to violate anyone's space once you're asked to leave? Okay. Now one of the bigger issues is this guy comes out. Yeah, he literally looks like he rolled out of bed. Mouth full of food, clothes all disheveled, and he proclaims this is his house. Okay, this is his house now. But you're the attorney, and I think the city needs to look at the fact that this guy didn't have the professionalism enough. One, to call the police immediately. Go back to your office, call the police. And I just don't understand why he would dialogue with this young man like he did. So people are calling, should he be fired? At first I said he should be fired. And I'm not going to change my view on that. He was very unprofessional and he made the city look pretty bad. And if he didn't have sense enough to know what a First Amendment right was, then perhaps he shouldn't be our attorney. Elena, you got anything you want to say about it?
I watched that video and agree with you that it did not make the city look any better. I don't understand the term, this is my house. What is it? It's the people's house. It's the citizens. It represents the people of Peekskill. And that in itself did not look good. I don't know how they hire these people and what, we keep talking about we're hiring with diversity and people with experience and everything or have professionalism, but it certainly did not show. And that part, I agree with you.
Well, I don't think anybody should be able to run around City Hall all willy-nilly. I mean, I think City Hall needs to relook at how they're going to protect the people's house. Okay? Or are we allowing anybody just to walk through City Hall and just do as they want? Taking pictures, walking up on folks. I think City Hall needs to rethink their issues.